Welcome back, everybody, to Lost Minds of Phandelver, Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. We are currently in our fourth hour of our ninth week.
And our deaths are imminent. All right.
Well, if you say so.
Well,
it is currently Perry's turn. All that remains in this room with the giant forge and bellows is a flaming skull. Perry, what do you do?
Where did Damakos go? Oh, he ran up there already? Huh?
Yeah.
So he climbed down and climbed up and went around?
No, he's already down.
So, but he would have to go down and come back up, right? Because over here's up.
Where's here?
Over where the skull is up.
Yeah, he went up in one round. He was already down.
Ah. Well, I'm going to say F that and try and climb over the bellows and come back this way.
Okay, wait, what's the distance on that?
I don't know. You figure that out.
Okay, you used 20 at your current location.
How far can I go?
I don't know, what's your movement?
You know, it doesn't matter. I can still hit the skull from here now, right?
What's your range?
A ray of frost? Pretty far.
pretty far. However far that's
That
pretty
had
far.
a number, what would it be?
It would be the number on the page of Ray of Frost in the 5th edition book.
Right, I forgot. He doesn't have it. I think it's 60.
I could check the PDF.
I'm pretty sure it's 60. Most of those range.
Yeah, you're
touches
good.
are
It's
like
60 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
C'est
Don't
bon.
worry about it.
C'est bon.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Forget
Don't
about
worry about
it.
it.
Forget about it.
Don't worry about it.
So would you
I
like
didn't.
to
I
use...
critically failed anyway.
This is where Perry fighting.
D1. 1d8 damage 1.
Which
What's
one
with
of
the
those-
ones?
Which one of the... critical fail, which one of those guys did you hit?
I don't know. We'll roll a D2 to decide.
Who's who?
Which do you want to be?
2.
Good choice. What's it the ones?
I was banking on you failing that.
You banked well, sir.
Sragg, you take a point of damage. And you're a little chilly. Your movement is also slowed.
Oh,
Move out of my way, green one.
uh-huh.
Hey, it's the skull's time. That's exciting.
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
He didn't get hit.
You did too.
Yeah, you freaking knocked like 24 damage off of him.
Oh, sir. Yeah, so never mind. Yeah, he did.
Sragg hit him and you hit him.
I forgot. I'm having barrel vision.
Maybe you should try to fly away.
The skull?
That's not
Yeah, to
happening.
get better distance on us.
No,
He is a caster after all.
Skull is
He should at least,
very angry at you.
Well, if he got to the other side, though, it'd be safer. He should realize that and try to move out of our attack space.
As long as
Let's-
he's angry at Sragg.
Let's just say our skull friend here is completely okay with dying.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he's a special kind of skull.
Is he going to cast in our proximity, provoking an attack of opportunity?
He is, but then he remembers he's playing 5th edition.
Dang it. I thought casting spells still provoke attack of
I need the mechanics on casting it while in melee.
Reactive. If you cast within a range, you take a reaction against him. It's right at the beginning of the spells.
Man.
I didn't do it because the ghoul would have ripped me to shreds.
Yeah. Timing wise, we're at the beginning of our round, so reactions are back. Okay. So what happens if I cast
Sorry,
That.
Kanye Quest is having issues.
Kanye Quest.
Yeah.
You said at the beginning of Magic. Back at the beginning of Magic, the very first casters realized casting in melee range was a bad idea. When they kept dying.
Hmm.
Trying to find it. Mm-hmm.
A range attacks in close combat. You have disadvantage. If the spells, it says range attacks. When you fire a bow, crossbow, hurl a hand axe, or otherwise send projectiles to strike a foe at a distance. Many spells also involve making a ranged attack. Your attack roll has disadvantage when your target is beyond normal range. Range attacks in close combat. Aiming a range attack is more difficult when the foe is next to you. When you make a ranged attack with a weapon, a spell, or some other means, you have a disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated.
Is that hit? We don't get to kill him?
No, we don't attack him. He's just got disadvantage. Usually all this stuff is like disadvantage.
Man!
It's
Come on, that
advantage
would
or
have killed him.
disadvantage. 5e is advantage and disadvantage, so...
Well, that's fine that we're disadvantaged by his disadvantage.
No, he's got disadvantage.
Well, that's one way to put it, I suppose.
He can cast fine. He's just got to be lucky.
Okay. Fine. I guess you can ignore that 12 damage I would have put in the middle of your skull.
Where's the reaction section?
I think it's under around 192, 195. Making an attack rolls.
Opportunity attacks 195.
Where's the other thing? There was a reaction in here somewhere. I think it might be the page before. Reactions, yeah, page 190. The opportunity described later in this chapter is the most common type of reaction.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see anything. Okay.
If the reaction interrupts another creature's turn, the creature can continue its turn right after the reaction.
Unless it's dead.
But I don't think it has attack of opportunity. Let me go read that, because I think
It doesn't.
that's,
It's just
that doesn't
movement.
happen as often in this one.
No, it doesn't. It's worthless. It's terrible.
Casting time, one action. Where does it say whether or not there's an actual attack?
What do you mean?
A ranged touch attack for the spell?
It's on this spell. Like, go look at Ray of Frost,
Okay.
and you'll see that it'll say.
Frigid. Make a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime it says that, that means it's going to be a ranged attack.
Okay, a bright streak flashes from your pointing finger, in this case, nose, or lack of nose, to point which you choose within range and blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature in a 20-foot radius centered on that point must make a dex saving throw.
That doesn't sound like a ranged touch attack. That sounds just like an attack.
Is he rolling attack, though? If he rolls an attack,
doesn't
it's
say
a ranged
roll.
attack. Then it's not. He doesn't have to hit AC,
safe.
he just has to cast.
Yeah.
How big is this? 20 foot.
Mm-hmm.
However, he does leave himself open to attacks.
It'll most definitely hit him as well. That's nice.
Okay, so Perry, what you see is a rather large explosion of fire that almost appears to come out of Sragg.
Okay.
Sragg, roll me a dex saving throw.
Holy crap!
That would not be good.
6.
Wizards, what's your cast attribute? Int?
Yep.
Okay, 8 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. What'd you roll? A 6?
A 6.
Okay, you do not successfully dodge your hit with the fire. Damakos? You do dodge flaming Sragg.
It's good. Because I didn't want to die.
Who wants to roll this for me?
What is it?
8d6.
Got it.
I'll do it.
No, Captain One's over here.
We'll take that.
Sragg, you take 18.
Uh-huh.
Damakos, you take 9.
Fuck. Okay.
And our skull friend.
He's opened himself to disadvantage.
Oh!
Our skull friend also takes 9. Where was this disadvantage thing you were reading?
Well, because he's engaged in combat and he's casting. So he's now, like, he's had to focus to cast a spell.
Yeah, show me where you read that, though.
Okay. Let's see, chapter 10.
Ranged attacks in close combat. Aiming a ranged attack is more difficult when a foe is next to you. When you make a ranged attack with a weapon, spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if you're within 5 feet.
That's part of it, yeah. But I meant opportunity attacks and melee attacks.
I think that now that it's done, it's over, really. We don't get advantage against him now.
Well, he's not guarding against us. He's casting a spell. Or cast a spell.
Yeah, I think it's still just going to be a regular attack.
Expelliarmus!
I can't say anything that would suggest otherwise. I know that I can't handle another one of those, so he's got to die this round.
Is that what you say?
Yep.
It took him one action to cast that, right?
Yep. If he's got another one, we'll be seeing another one next turn. What are you growling about? What? What? What is it? What? You cranky? Hmm? What you got to be cranky about? Yeah. Go take a nap. Go lay in your chair. Go on. Get in the chair.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. He has disadvantage on
Remember
attack
that you
roll.
have disadvantage on a ranged attack roll if they're in 5 feet. That's all it says.
Yeah, so he didn't have to make a ranged attack. Okay, you're up, Damakos. Since you get rid of the fire. The edge of the bellows there is slightly on fire.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about casting in close range then.
No.
If it's an instant, no.
Even if it is, it doesn't matter.
Well, you have to.
Well, he can't. I don't think he can really melee attack you.
You have to roll with disadvantage.
If I'm attacking him, I do.
If
Otherwise,
it's a
I don't.
ranged attack, which is
If I'm
also
attacking him, I do. Otherwise, I don't.
right. But if you're doing
Yeah.
a ranged spell, it's considered an attack.
But I don't have to do anything if I'm not attacking him.
Right.
Right. And that's kind of cool to know.
Yeah, it is good to know. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to cast. Let's do Bless. That happened.
We are blessed.
You are blessed.
Yay, bless.
You are blessed back there.
Are you staying there?
Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
In case he tries to move, I'll
Sragg.
kick him in the face.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
You better kick his ass. Something.
All I got left is Ray of Frost.
You gotta have something else than that.
Nope.
That's a
16.
Hit.
It's a hit?
Yep.
$23.
The skull crumbles into powder.
Fuck.
See, I don't gotta do anything.
I'm just gonna turn to Damakos, pat some of the fire out. I need a nap.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that skull to make sure it's dead. Lead the way, Green One. I do too.
Can you roll me knowledge religion?
What?
Wait,
Roll
what?
me a knowledge religion there, Damakos.
+2, I think, or 4. I can't remember.
Yep.
2.
$13 plus 2?
Yep.
You know that is not enough to kill it.
Sacred Flame on it didn't?
Nope. From your studies, you know that the only way for it to stay dead is unless holy water is sprinkled on it, or dispel magic or remove cursed is cast upon the remains. Otherwise, it'll be
Share
back.
that. Sragg.
You saying that?
Yep. As I'm casting Flame-like Radiance on it. Do I have any of that shit?
Do we? Does it come back from that pile there?
Yeah, it does.
What does it take? Holy water or...
If you sprinkle holy water on the remains, it'll stay dead. Or if you cast dispel magic or remove curse. Otherwise, it's probably back in an hour, give or take.
What's in a priest pack?
I get out one of the bags and start scooping up all the ashes and dirt from this thing into this bag.
Okay.
Where's the items at? Specifically the priest pack.
It's the beginning of the adventuring chapter, I think.
Let me know when I have all of it.
Yeah, you can gather all of it within a few minutes. You're assuming you got all of it. I mean, you didn't bring your archaeology tools, so you might have left a couple specks of dust in the cracks.
Okay. I just kind of groan and follow me.
Hold on. I'm rifling through my things.
It's called a priest kit?
Priest's pack.
Priest's pack. I don't see a priest pack.
I'm pretty sure that's the starter kit, basically.
A priest pack or an explorer's cap. Yeah, so a priest pack.
So we're going to have to go to the class section.
It doesn't say there's anything in there. It says I start with that equipment. So it's got to be somewhere. It's got to be in the item somewhere.
That's probably listed here. Let me see. While you're searching through that, if you don't mind, I'd like to start walking back towards the room where we destroyed the slime.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, you make it back to the slime room, no problem.
I'm waiting for him to finish looking through his backpack so I can figure out if I'm fixing to do what I think I'm fixing to do.
Okay, so how are you watching him look through his backpack from the other room?
Oh, well, then I guess I'll be sitting in the slime room waiting on him. I didn't know he wasn't walking along looking through his backpack on the way.
I don't know. Is he?
Suppose that's up to him.
I'm not moving.
Okay.
How do you make holy water?
What do you mean it's not dead?
It's a spell.
What?
It's a spell.
A spell to make holy water?
Yeah, you have a spell called Holy Water.
A spell.
Oh no, here it is. It's a special ritual.
Spell, ritual.
It's all the same.
A ritual spell.
It's all that mumbo jumbo voodoo.
Then I'm making holy water. It's gonna take an hour. It says right here, under holy water.
So it takes an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes an hour to perform, and requires the caster to expend a first level spell slot. So I only have a 2, so I use that.
Okay, just before you do that, you realize that the skull will be back before you finish your ritual.
Well, it's not anything I can do about that.
Okay.
They come back as full health. Do I know that?
Yep, they come back like nothing happened.
From the remains, though.
All right. So I follow him for now. I'm telling him this as I
Okay.
attempt to deal with it.
So we're talking about it all the way back. It's like, oh, that sucks. So what are we gonna do about that? Doop, 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 doop.
So
Walk
Perry-
all the way down to here.
Wait,
and go
which way
around.
did you leave?
I went. Oh shit! I went the wrong way. That's not the way we came in. I went the way we came in
Okay.
because I know that way. I know the path. I went back through there, back through Perry, all the way down here, then back around. Like down
Okay.
that way, down this way, and I'm heading back into the bottom door.
Okay.
And I get here and I look at all of that ascetic ooze.
It's okay, yeah, you look at the ooze.
And I get up on top of the stone thing with that big puddle of ooze there.
Yeah.
And I lean down and I pour out this powder into that acidic ooze.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go grab another tablet of stone. And I look over at Damakos and say, I'm going to need your help.
Okay. What do you need?
And I'm going to try to upend this over on top of the powder in between. So they ask, yeah, just flat. Just to hold it for now.
What are you doing?
Do I know?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Or is
I have
this
no.
like outside of the realms of what my understanding is of these?
It's a guess.
You're not sure.
Okay.
You know that there's like some magic and some arcane going on here, and you're not sure that
Simple physical acid will handle it.
you're almost positive the acid will have no effect. Like the dissolved remains will just recombine. The thing you're not sure about is will they recombine above or below the stone.
Could we not trap it in the room?
Put a big stone against one of the doors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these big stone tablets. Does it look like it would block a doorway?
Yeah, it's about the size of a dwarf bed, so
All right, I'm going to get to work moving stone tablets around.
Will help.
okay. So you've got about the size of, let's say, a sort of short double bed, we'll say. They got it in the room on their end, so you're pretty sure you can get it out of the room on its end, like it's short, short long, or it's a narrow long end. So that's what you
Okay.
want to do.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you can
And then-
drag one out.
And then fix it back up. That's more lifting and pushing.
Okay, so you're putting it back up. You're trying to block the entryway with the stone, or you're trying to barricade the door with the stone.
I'm trying to block the entryway with the stone so that there's nothing but stone here.
Okay. The way the shape of the hallway and the shape of the stone is, you can't quite get it. Like, it's not going to fit perfectly. You're not going to be able to, like, basically make a giant stone tomb.
No?
It goes in with its on the side, but when you lay it down, it won't quite fit completely. And if you were to turn it up on its end, it won't quite reach the top.
Will it reach the top enough that a flying skull couldn't get out?
No.
What's the... Okay.
Couple.
So these are pretty
Are
big
you thinking
doors.
this out loud, or are you just doing it?
I'm thinking it out loud.
Okay. Well, what's stopping it from burning the door?
The stone door?
The wood door.
They could burn the wood door. I'm trying to make sure there's no door to burn.
Right, but it doesn't fit that size.
How many of these stone slabs are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the one that's on top of the ooze.
So the one on the ooze is right by a door anyway.
Yes.
I'm imagining it would take a remarkable feat of strength to get this other stone slab on top of that stone slab, thus removing the extra space, right?
Yes. You would actually need a third, possibly even a fourth one on top of that to actually complete the gap.
Tall dwarves.
Let's just put the stone on top of it. I don't know whether it needs its remains to come back. From what you've said, it reforms from that. If that is an acid below a stone block, maybe that'll hold it a while. That's my line of thought. If it doesn't actually require its remains to reform, that's a different story.
Perry, do you know anything of these things? Where are you, Perry? Perry,
I'm over here.
what do you know about
What?
arcane?
The green skulls, not much. I
That was
rolled
your
a.
knowledge check. Knowledge arcane.
Yeah, I had checked a while ago, but I rolled again. I got a 20.
You were doing a specific check this time to see like how it reforms, or what were you trying? What knowledge were you trying to get at?
Yeah, what I knew about it from what I knew about it a while ago.
Didn't you have a bad roll a while ago?
Yep, sure did. I had
Yeah,
like a 7.
You're not entirely sure.
I don't know about anything about skulls.
You know about them, but you have no idea like the specifics on how they reform and whether or not their plan will have any effect one way or the other.
If I were to phrase it away, it would be phrased by the way the voice in my head just said.
Thanks, Perry. Again.
You're welcome.
You're always so helpful.
I try.
You're a wealth of knowledge, if one can understand what you're trying to say.
Well, I know one thing. Not doing it will have less effect than doing it, right? So,
I'm still helping. Put down the rock.
all right. Just splat. Drop the rock on top of it. And we'll see if that does anything.
You gonna stand around and wait?
No, I'm going to go take a nap. Hopefully the thing won't figure out.
We're not blocking the doors?
I don't see much point to it. It'll just burn its way through, like you said.
Well,
We'll close the door and see what that does.
Very well.
Look, handles.
We're going to have to set up watch.
Hopefully it'll just gnaw its way through eventually. I'm actually going to walk back to the storeroom here. And I think we need a nap.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I don't know whether you want me to make this holy water now or later.
Once we get back there, safe, barricaded, then it'll be fine.
It's going to take me an hour. I can make it now, or I can
Sure.
rest.
How about you make it while you're taking first watch? Sounds great.
Or I could heal and regain the use of my magic.
Well, you got to take a watch
and
rank
make
anyway,
it
right?
Then. How long's the long rest?
At least
8 hours?
Yeah.
I need 8 hours.
So do we all. We'll barricade in there for at least 9.
Then I should make the holy water later.
That's fine.
Very well.
All right. So heading over there. I think now would be better than later, but whatever, right? I mean,
I could heal you now Or I can make holy water now.
Make holy water now. We'll see if we can rest and heal up that way.
If we take the time to heal, we won't be as bad if we're caught off guard by this.
If we're caught off guard by it and we don't have the holy water, the second or third time it comes back, we'll die anyway. Personal opinion.
I disagree. I think we leave if we kill it again.
There's a lot of that if there. But then we'll have to face Mr. Glassstaff in the condition we would be after the second fight. Unless we tell him he can have the green glowing skull that we found.
We would rest again. Either way, I need rest before we continue. I'm not going anywhere without rest.
No, I agree. So I'm heading off for that storage room. Start trying to make an area to sort of camp out in.
Okay. What are you doing during all this, Perry?
I need a rest too. Perry is pretty frustrated with his lack thereof spellcast ability a while ago. He's gonna go and complain and rest in a corner. In the same room.
Okay.
I try to block off the door the best as possible.
Okay. Damakos?
After everyone's in, that is.
Are you heading in there too, Damakos?
Yep.
Okay. And you're barricading the door, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you pull a couple barrels.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all going to sleep?
You have to take watches here, so just depends on.
I need 8 hours.
Yeah. We're going to be in here for at least probably 12, because I'm thinking everybody needs 8 hours, and we got to keep watches.
So
I'll probably take the first watch and let them both get 4 hours, and then try to wake Damakos.
okay. So Perry goes to sleep immediately because that's what Perry does. 0 fucks
Yeah.
given. Damakos sets up and goes to sleep. Sragg, you're on watch?
Yeah, for the first 4 hours.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're staring at this door as you're watching? Like
Yeah, I'm going to be back against this wall, watching that door.
Okay. So 45 minutes into your watch, you see a green light light up the other room and then disappear.
Just staying quiet.
You hear the chattering teeth.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah. The sound did not enter the room like the other room. It just
Okay.
zipped. Like you're pretty sure it like zipped down that hallway.
Okay. Well, that's good. It can stay down there.
You did hear the door open, which is funny. The other door, you heard it squeak open.
Aired.
Noted.
Okay.
All right.
The rest of your snooze or your watch goes by uneventfully.
Okay.
What do you do at the end
Well,
of your watch?
At that point, when it gets to where I was going to wake him up and nothing's come back after that long period of time, the door opened inward, right?
Yes, your door opens inwards. Yes.
I'm going to go prop myself up against those barrels and stuff and lay back and go to sleep.
Okay.
It's a gamble, but they'll have to move me to open the door, so.
Okay.
It should wake you up too.
That's the goal here, because I figure y'all need sleep and time is of the essence. That's the best way to do this. So yeah, I pass out. And join them.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just cleaning some log crap up. Okay, so you are awoken, actually. Everybody give me a d20. Damakos, you wake up first, feeling rested. You see Perry snoring, and Sragg.
I wake up first?
Yes.
Okay.
You see Perry snoring, and Sragg slumped against the door, breathing, but appears to be sleeping. Or unconscious, one of the two.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Nothing else? There's no other things to note?
You
Am I
feel you
rested?
feel really well rested.
Like we've been there for weeks.
How well rested?
Like 8-ish plus hours rested.
Like enough, right?
Yeah, you feel great actually. All your hit points are back. If you put this in game mechanics terms.
I feel fantastic. Okay. I'll stay asleep. Or I'll not stay asleep. I'll pray. That's it.
Okay.
Set up incense and just pray.
Okay. Perry, you come to and you see, or you come to the murmurings of Damakos as he's praying, and see Sragg sleeping slumped against the door.
Do I have any idea what time it is, or?
No idea. Unless you have some way of knowing from the middle
That's
of the
why I
day.
was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Survival.
Blue one!
is- No answer.
Blue one.
No answer.
Green one.
Does that wake me up?
Yeah.
What?
How long have we been in this box?
3 days.
Well, let's go then.
Good night.
No more sleeping on the job.
Have I received 8 hours?
Yeah.
Don't you have preparations to make?
I suppose I could do something. I'll sit down and think.
I'm going to grumble and kick back up against the bar.
I want to be mixed up with his preparings. I'm going to be over here.
Okay.
You would technically be at the door, right, Sragg?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kicked up against the barrels blocking the door. When they wake me up, or if I can get back to sleep, I'm not even sure if I can. Being disturbed in such a manner. When the preparations are finished, I suppose, and Damakos first speaks to me, I'll let him know what I found out.
Okay. Nothing happens in that time. So Damakos, your prayers, etc. finish.
I now have some holy water.
Yeah. Were you praying for holy water or praying for your spells?
I don't have to pray for spells.
Oh, okay. You just get them. Cool. So yeah, you finish the holy water ritual.
So you're down by a spell for today, right?
Actually, no, I did that before, didn't I? so I didn't have to do that. I was just praying to pray then. Because I used up my 2nd level spell yesterday.
Either way, you've got holy water.
Awesome. Holy water. Finish my incense and my prayers. And when I'm done, look around, see that I guess he's still asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how much time it is. I'll go see if nudge him and see if he's awake. Put a hand on his shoulder.
I'll wake up. Skull's back, by the way.
What? Oh, okay.
He floated by last night. Said hi. About his way.
He said hi.
Well, glowed green. Whatever you want to call. I call it hi. There was some chittering, teeth.
It didn't enter?
No. He was rather polite.
Strange.
Well, he knew we were tired, and he'd just gotten his rest, so.
I don't think he'll be as easy the 2nd time.
Well, hopefully all of his toys are still broken.
And I said prayers upon them. Hopefully they are.
True. There shouldn't be any remains left for him to bring back unless he can do that. Well, shall we go do this again?
Where's Perry?
He's over there coloring or something.
Is Perry over there?
Yeah.
I'm in the corner.
Perry, are you? What are you doing, Perry?
Where are you, Perry?
I was prepping my spells in the corner.
He's got his book out and his crayons.
Okay.
I throw a rock at Damakos if he doesn't see me.
I'm also
I'm
going to
gonna
make
make
the spells.
I'm going to make the Smurfs green because I'm a rebel.
What the
In the coloring book, you mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You sounded upset there for a moment.
Uh,
Okay.
all right. I'm going to start unbarricading the door as soon as they're done.
Yep, no issue there. Doors unbarricaded.
Open the door and look for the army of zombies that I expect to be waiting outside.
You cautiously open the door and see an empty room on the other side.
What a nice guy. Could have left us a fruit basket or something, though. I head out just into this first room and peek down the hall, just looking around, see if anything's here. If I see anything, do I?
Nope.
Looks clear. You guys coming?
One moment.
Whenever I'm done, am I done praying and all that, or preparing
You tell
in
me.
that amount of time? What's that?
How long does it take you to prepare?
I think it's just typically like an hour. I don't know. I imagine it was the same as the
Yeah.
previous edition.
Yeah, I think you're done. Like, you were doing it while
Okay.
Damakos was doing his thing, and he's done, so...
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think there's a prep time in 5e. I think it's
Isn't there? Oh.
You need to rest, and then
Oh, well, that's
after
good then.
that rest, you have it.
Okay. Well, then we're fine.
Well, we know kind of what's that way, and we know we have the stuff to deal with it now. Do you want to check down to the south and see if you can clean out those mosquitoes or whatever it was you called them there, Perry?
Why would we bother with those things?
Because you
Unless
can
we
take them out
absolutely
of the
have
air
to.
once.
Well, maybe if you
What's-
get their attention.
Okay. I know how to do that.
And keep it.
Yeah. I think that can happen. I'm going to head down that way.
How many of them were there? Were there that many of them?
There was a lot.
You counted 10-ish.
So 10. 1 is an inconvenience. 10 is...
10 inconveniences.
Yeah.
I like how you worded that.
10 is a swarm of inconvenience.
So you remember the goblins, right, Perry?
I'm over here thinking about your plan.
Well, the way I see it, there's a tunnel there, and they're going to probably be coming down that tunnel chasing me.
From what I know, do I know they don't have any kind of immunity to fire or anything like that?
You rolled a pretty good check on them, right?
Yeah, I had like a 19 or something.
He's really good at annoying things.
Hey, Perry's an asshole, but he's your asshole.
That explains it.
You just gotta deal with the shit that comes out of his mouth.
You're pretty sure like 10 of them would probably do some... would not be really a good thing for you to get involved with. Based on the kind of blows that you've seen Sragg take, you're pretty sure that he'd probably be okay through the swarm. He'd probably kill them before that they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
You're not 100% sure, but...
Oh.
10 of those things not very good for me, but you seem to be able to take a few bites and nicks and scratches.
Well, I do have a plan. It involves all three of us, though. I just need to know one thing. Damakos, how are you at treating burns?
I come over and I'm like, he's in the other room.
Not too... Same as everyone else.
All right. I'm going to go in there and offer myself up as a feast. Perry, you're going to set me on fire once they land. Damakos,
and I smile.
Damakos, you clean up afterwards, and it's dealt with.
Not the best plan I've heard, but I like it. Perry's humming a song about barbecues.
Are we good with this?
Yes, I'm Damakos, and I'm good with this.
I'm going to accept that as a yes. Let's start heading down towards the room.
With his hour prep, he actually made a straw, like a little straw man figure. They bound the straw on the ground together, and it's like a little
Perry?
voodoo, yeah.
He's the I'm Damakos, and I say it's a good plan.
Little pointed tail on the end of it, yeah.
I had a hard time finding any blue, though.
You're a little disappointed it's not blue.
I can't actually position myself there, but I'm trying to put myself where I'm in perfect position here. You see what I'm saying? Right there.
Okay,
so that
Perry
can coat me in fire completely.
You're gonna, like, sort of hunker down, right?
Yeah.
You shout this down the hallway?
No. We've already discussed. He's talking to you.
Yeah, I want Perry to roast everything once I get there.
We've
So I'm going
already
to get there and I'm going to
discussed
start
the plan.
bashing my breastplate with my axe.
Okay, so Sragg walks in and is bashing his breastplate with his axe, and all the scourge like release from the ceiling and descend and attack. Now, are you defending the attacks?
I'm going to attempt to. When Perry starts casting, I'm going to drop. Now, they're going to probably... It's going to scorch me, I know. And I'm fine with that. This is my plan.
Dumb question, Perry. Do you have a fireball spell?
Burning
He's
hands.
got
Burning hands? Okay.
Cone of whatever burning
It's the
hands.
big cone
a
of
cone.
pain.
Gotcha.
Can I also do my my thing? I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, like in mechanics of the game, like you two both have readied actions.
I do,
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So you have a burning hands ready to go off as soon as what happens.
As soon as he has the attention of all the thingies on him.
Okay. And Damakos.
I cast Shield of Faith on him before you started walking in.
Okay. What does that
It's 10 minutes. It's 2 AC.
do? Okay.
Oh,
Because you gotta
they have to hit a 20.
faith.
That's cool.
And I hope for the best.
Okay. So Sragg walks in, starts
Concentration.
bashing on his chest piece with his axe, like shouting all manner of profanities, and the sturges all detach and they descend and they swarm him. Is this when your burning hands goes?
Yep.
At the same time, Sragg, you drop to the ground. Not going to matter. Burning hands will hit you either way.
Right.
Roll burning hands.
Okay, hang on a sec. So it would be a level 2.
So it's 4d6. Right.
I think that's
Yeah.
how it works.
4d6
Plus something.
plus my spellcasting thing.
No, it's just 4d6, and they take dex saving throws.
That's it, 46. Okay.
Dex for half, right?
Yeah.
So what was it?
Horrible. 9.
9? Okay. Sragg disappeared.
On a 4d6, you got a 9?
Yep.
Fucker.
So you actually managed to hit all 10 of them. Some of them try to get out of the way, like dexterously trying to get out of the way. It doesn't matter because even the ones that did kind of skirt the bulk of your flame get hit on the edges and just go up in smoke.
Skeeter.
Yeah. So all 10 of them are just like incinerated.
Like they're all gone?
Gone, yeah. Or flaming corpses on the ground now. Tiny little corpses.
Oh, yeah.
Sragg dex for the get out of the way of the fire.
A dex, okay.
Half damage means they only get 4. 5.
18.
I believe it's a pass because you're.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you drop and roll out of the way and get just nicked on the one side from the fire and take 5 damage. As you look back, there's a pile of smoldering sturge corpses.
I dust my hands off.
Well, that'll handle that.
Yeah, they had like 2 hit points, guys.
Help pat out Sragg's body. He's good. He's alright.
So 5 damage. Hurt a little, but I'm okay.
Well, it seems like you avoided most of it, unfortunately. I mean, good job!
A good job to you as well. That took care of all that mess.
Stupid bugs.
When do we deal with the skull?
Well, let's see what's down here before we head
Skull.
back up. We know
Can we
what's
deal
going.
with the skull already?
Comes
Well,
back.
he's still here, unfortunately.
I mean, he's still here. He was dust, and you crushed him with things, and...
He comes back.
He got up
The very next day.
that
Yeah.
way.
Keep him as a pet.
There's
Yes.
a wall here. A strange wall.
A wall of darkness? I can attack that!
I want to cast a spell. I'm following Sragg again.
Let's see. I'm trying to peer down this.
Yeah, I'll actually be back here.
The end
Oops.
of that hallway is rubble
like more here.
and collapsed,
The end of the hallway I was looking down is collapsed.
which like due south of where you are right now.
Due south is collapsed. What's
Yeah.
this way? Up this direction.
A twisting kind of natural type cave.
Can we get down that?
Yep, you fit.
All right,
tight
I'm gonna
spots where
actually-
you fit.
Take that one.
Okay. There is a T at the bottom of the other one, just enough in case that it wasn't
Okay.
clear. So I should probably...
Yeah, I'll be heading that way next, but I want to try to squeeze through this and see where I can go from down here.
Yep. Okay, so you make it to the end there.
Following Sragg.
Okay, so it's like this
Pause
natural
right there.
little cave. Cool. I'm looking around in here.
Before you step in, like,
All right.
kind of squeezed all back here.
Mm-hmm.
Just at the entrance of the cave, there's this dense carpet of weird fungus. Right in front of you, covers most of the cavern, like in large splotches. There's a couple of these strange puffballs, about a foot and across, sticking out. Some weird shelf fungus growing from the 3 stalagmite pillars that are in the center of the room, like here, here, and here. And there's some of the puffballs have this like really eerie green, like jellyfish glow to them, like phosphorescence.
We're going to point to that northern-looking passage and say, if it wasn't for that, I'd say we should probably collapse this tunnel.
Should we check the other way first?
Probably, yeah. Lots of fungus. I don't know much about fungus, but I don't want to mess with it.
Well, here I thought you were a real fun guy.
I'm just going to turn and just blank stare at Perry.
He actually hears you blinking.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Says Barry.
So we'll go back down this way and head south first.
I wait for them to go by and sort of squeeze against the wall.
I squeezed past Perry maybe a little too roughly.
Yeah, just push him against the
Excuse
wall,
me.
rough him up a bit. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry.
Dang breastplate, man. Honest.
You can get a hug from your hero later, green one.
I'm going to barely step down to peek both ways here.
You see a door at the end of either one of those hallways.
I do?
You do. Now you do.
Hold
Oh, okay.
And we're going to find out possibly what's behind those doors after the break. Thanks for watching, everybody on Twitch. We'll be back in a few minutes. Those of you on YouTube, tune in tomorrow. Don't forget, or thank you, I should say, for clicking like, subscribe, and leaving comments, because that's awesome. And we'll see you in a bit.